everyone, I'm here with another type of video, a Q&A video. But I feel like instead of answering these 10 questions with a short answer, I'd like to elaborate a bit. I hope you enjoyed this video, as you will get to learn a little bit more about me, I guess. I would love to interview other artists these same questions and make that into a video series. But we'll see. I'll have to nag some of my friends. Anyways, I do hope you enjoyed this little treat. What's your favorite color? I don't typically have a favorite color, as I have a love for every single color and variants. But right now, it's any shade of purple that shines strong. But if I have to go specific, I guess it would be my trusty indigo from Winsor & Newton. The Cotman student range, I should add. I do also have the professional indigo, but it's way different. The student kind has more of a gray tone to it, as the more professional has a straight up strong blue. I'm sure I can mix a student grade indigo with some Payne's gray with the indigo pro line, but why when there's a pan for it? Favorite art medium to work with and why? Watercolor, hands down. Even though most of my work has been digital, my introduction to professional watercoloring stole my heart. I think the high contrast of working with such a strict, perfect lines to literally uncontrollable outcome was just what my soul needed at the time. And I believe that's why it's my favorite. Who's your favorite artist? Now, this is a hard one for me to answer, as I don't have a specific favorite artist. I can, however, say I love anything spooky looking and twisted. Work of someone who doesn't care about what other people think and wants to show us a different side of things with a dark twist and tone. So like, Tim Burton or Tove Jansson, for example. I'm not a classical painting kind of gal. I don't know who painted who, when, what, where, and frankly, I'm not interested in that. What would you love to be able to draw, but you just can't? Animals! It seems like no matter how many times I try, in many different ways, I cannot simply nail their magnificence. As a person dedicated to animal rights, it sure is a bummer. I think if I could draw animals, I'd probably stop with my character designs. That's how strongly I feel about it. But I guess I just need to keep at it over and over, and then maybe one day I can finally draw a cat. What inspires you to create? A number of things, really, and sometimes nothing. I could take a scroll through Pinterest for some ideas, watch YouTube art videos, or simply through petting my cat. My inspiration works in like a funny way, I guess. There's times where I can take a walk through a park, see a lovely tree, but instead of sketching down the tree, my mind comes up with an ocean composition. I love that about my brain, though. There's obviously a lot of times where inspiration is nowhere to be found, so you just need to take a break. You gotta be okay with that. Is there a canvas size you prefer? Yes, I'm definitely more comfortable with a smaller size, such as A5, for most of my traditional work. I do, however, dabble in larger sizes such as A4s and A3s at times. For, when I want to push myself. I feel, however, that when it comes to sketchbooks, they have to be in the A5 range, or else my creativity can't come out. I'm assuming it has something to do with the large, scary white pages of something bigger than that. Speaking of canvas size, what type of paper is your favorite? Anything that is above 160 lib in thickness and not glossy. I love my textures for sure, but when it comes to sketchbooks, for example, it has to be kind of like the smoother side, but should be able to take a beating with some water as well, at least a light wash. I don't deal with copy paper thickness, not even for sketching. Now that I use my iPad Pro 11-inch, I have mostly replaced my traditional sketching with that. I do like to keep around an A5 sketchbook around for home usage though, as I can't live without the feeling completely. What made you pick up a pen to create? Like most people, I started at a young age. I loved playing around with creative things of different kinds. However, art didn't become a serious hobby for me until I was like 14. Before that, there was writing and mainly music. But what made me pick up the pen seriously at that point was Green Day. I wanted to make Green Day fan art at the time. Now, as you can see on screen, it was terrible. But I'd say that's where it started. I always wanted to be a cartoonist, and I figured, what better way to start more seriously than with 3 funny dudes? What do you think of the stereotypical artist image? Is it true? Are you guys weird? First off, every myth has some truth to it. I would definitely consider myself as being weird and out there, but it's often where creativity lays. Sure, like most things, you can learn the craft and perfect it, but where's the heart in that? To create something true, it has to come from a place of someone's deep. I believe pulling inspiration is easier if you're out of your mind. I personally love artists that have zero education in the subject, as that's how something true can be portrayed. And I believe that's where this stereotype comes from. Most artists are oddballs, but not everyone. Closing statement of inspiration. Don't be afraid to create anything your heart desires, as long as it's not hurting anybody or anything. Don't worry about what other people think of your pieces, and most importantly, create with your heart. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you stay inspired to create great things. Do let me know what you thought of this format and editing. Until next time, have a good one.